RemixConf, and thank you all for coming. This is awesome. So I'm Michael, and this is my buddy 10x developer, Ryan. Don't worry, we're not going to bore you with a bunch of slides this morning. I'm not that really good at creating slides anyway. But we did want to, we're actually going to do a lot of code for you this morning, so I hope you're pumped up about that. Some people in here know some things about code. That's kind of just how we roll. Remix is all about users, right? It's all about developing the best websites possible, making the best user experience possible. That's really why we built Remix. And it's been an honor to share it with the world over the last couple of years. And this year at RemixConf, being the second RemixConf, is pretty incredible to see so many people show up who care about users, who care about HTML first web development, about progressive enhancement. It's really, really cool. So thank you. I just did want to hit on just a couple of highlights from this last, since we saw you last year. A lot has changed, right? For one thing, we actually joined Shopify. Yeah, Shopify has been a great steward for Remix thus far. Shopify, as you know, is one of the world's leaders in building e-commerce sites, and as far as like an engineering maker culture, it really doesn't get better than working at Shopify. Toby, our CEO, he's very involved in a lot of the decisions that get made around code. Like, he's actually in the chat talking about, hey, maybe we should use a cookie for that, or maybe we should use a web component for that.
He DMs me typos in our tutorials.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what? This is the CEO. Doesn't he have more important things to do? So it's like throughout the company culture. It's pretty rad. And so it's a great place, honestly, for Remix to thrive and grow. So far, we've actually relaunched Hydrogen v2 on Remix. Yes. Hydrogen, as you know, is Shopify's platform for developers for building like headless e-commerce experiences on top of Shopify's platform. So Hydrogen v2 was relaunched earlier this year, built on top of Remix. Also, there have been Shopify.com was recently rewritten and launched on top of Remix. The Shopify third-party apps will have a template later this year. Sorry, I didn't want to spoil their, take away their thunder, but they're going to be announcing later this year a template for third-party apps built on top of Remix for the Shopify admin UI. And Shopify is dog-fooding Remix a lot. There's a lot of stuff. Like, it seems like every conversation, Toby is in there poking somebody like, hey, why don't you use Remix? Which is really one of the reasons why I was so excited about React in the first place, right? Is because I knew Facebook was dog-fooding it, they were using it, and it was getting good. And so this is all going to help make Remix a lot better and a lot more, it's going to stable out and flesh out over time. Let's go to the next one. So another thing that we accomplished this last year was we remixed React Router. You heard Cameron talking about that yesterday. Basically, what this was is taking a lot of the best parts of Remix, our data loading and mutation APIs, and putting them into React Router. This was actually a pretty big deal. Given just the number of React Router apps that have been built since 2014, which is a lot of React Router apps, and they now have a built-in way in React Router 6.4 to load data on page transitions and mutate data as well, which we think is a pretty awesome thing. That's also, it also works with server rendering and suspense transitions client side, but then also everything works server side as well. And then something else that we're working on right now is Remix v2. We're doing this a little bit differently than other, major versions that you might have used in the past. Okay. The cool thing about Remix v2 is you can actually use it like today. Because the way we're doing it is we're shipping a bunch of future flags in Remix v1 that let you opt into all of the features that are going to be in Remix v2. So you can literally, you can just enable those those feature flags. You can use Remix v2 features in Remix v1 today. And then when v2 ships, all those flags will be the default, and you can clean up your config. So this, for anybody who has worked on apps where, or has worked with frameworks, React Router v4, where you completely had to rewrite your app, we're saving you from that, and we're taking a lot of care to avoid the rewrites. So that post was written by Matt Brophy, one of our developers on the Remix team. So awesome work there. OK, but I don't want to bore you with any more of that. Those are just a couple of the highlights from last year. Today, I really just wanted to get into why the heck did we make another web framework? Don't we already have enough web frameworks? What is it that makes Remix cool? What is it that makes Remix special? Let's build something. I want to build something fairly quickly. And so let's see how fast we can build. I don't know. Let's make an app for browsing the talks that are going to be at RemixConf.
So I can take notes on what people are talking about?
Yeah, let's take some notes. Yeah, making a little note-taking app. So what do we got here? We've got welcome to Remix. OK, that looks kind of familiar, right? Just a basic page. Wait, what is this? Remix Gen scaffold? OK, sorry, this wasn't in my notes.
No?
Wait, what the heck is that?
Scaffold? Like
no,
generators?
No, the Tailwind. Why the heck are you using
Oh. I mean, it's pluggable, so would you rather plain CSS, nobody understands next week?
Yeah, no, let's just that'll be way better, right? Fine. I don't want this to be a talk about Tailwind. Let's just use whatever you want to use. That's fine.
We'll probably want an ID on all of these talks. Oh, you know what? Actually, I goofed up. Let me get out of there. Let me try that again. I want to scaffold a talk.
Yeah, what's wrong, dude? I mean, you having trouble typing today? I mean, what's this thing on your wrist? Jeez.
So UI will use Tailwind. And then what is our model going to have? We're going to have input type text for the ID. We'll have a first name, I guess, for each speaker. That'll be a text. Last name. That'll be text. What else do we want to store? Maybe their avatar.
Yeah, like their
GitHub profile
GitHub
name, text, and then if it's favorite, is favorite. Let's just say favorite. And that'll be
like a
checkbox.
Checkbox, OK.
And then some notes.
I thought you would have said Boolean there for favorite.
Remix starts with HTML, my friend.
Oh, I like that. OK. Text area, checkbox, text. So where you get to think in terms of HTML with this tool. That's pretty cool.
Huh.
Ah, cool. OK, so we got this kind of bare bones app. It looks kind of like we've got a master detail going on here. That's a cool way to view a collection.
You know what?
How's it going?
I don't want to sit here and add a whole bunch of talks every time the server restarts. Let's look at this code that we got. We got in our routes an index route that's showing our form. We've got some ID, talk ID, edit, talk ID, and then talks, our layout route. The layout route's got an outlet in there. We got some Tailwind. Some of you are throwing up in your mouth. Others are like, yes, I'm so glad they like Tailwind.
This is not a talk about Tailwind. Let's go.
Yeah, so now we're beyond that. OK, and so now we have this fake little data model that stores things in memory, but you could plug in anything. And since Remix restarts your app server for consistency during hot module reloads, I'm just going to put a couple things in here so we're not doing this the whole time.
OK. So this is so the data model is pluggable. So you could probably plug in Postgres or SQLite or
anything.
kind of, yeah.
Prisma.
Cloudflare, yeah, key value store, something like that. That means not found. 404. I'm pretty good at HTTP.
All right, here we go. How am I doing, boss? You want to change anything about this?
Yeah, no, it looks good. I mean, I kind of come from the old school where, like, you know, we didn't have web apps. It was just like web sites.
Oh, okay.
You know, like this kind of feels too appy to me. Could we just
the whole sidebar and just swapping out the stuff on the side there?
Yeah, like Rails new would just give me like an individual page for this stuff. Can we like lose the, you know, nested routing and just go back to like,
sure.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I want like a /new thing in the URL, and I don't want to.
So you want something like this?
Yeah, there you go. That looks
I mean,
good.
I got the border. We could go get rid of that, but
yeah, no, that looks
here we
good.
are,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, old school. Yeah, I like it. And you know what? I mean, this app is so simple. Like, we probably don't even need JavaScript to run this app, right?
Sure.
Like, couldn't you just disable that altogether? I mean, it's just a CRUD app.
Yeah, so down here you can see we're just doing normal posts. Here, let me do it again. Edit. Yo. Boom, post.
So what happens when you, well, we'll get to that.
I don't know. Are you sure you want this layout though? You sure you want to build a website, not a web app?
Let me try it.
Okay.
Let me try it. So if I come in here and I can like edit this record, and then I come in here and say, Ryan is
careful.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I should be able to.
What are you trying to do here?
Wait, why doesn't Command Enter work on this text area?
Oh, websites don't do that.
No, dude, everybody does that.
Web apps do that.
All right. Let's go back to the web app.
All right,
let's make it look like a web app.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a web app here.
These kids, these web apps. I thought Remix wasn't good for web apps.
We turn off JavaScript too often.
I thought forms weren't good for web apps. What are we even doing?
React has forms now, so
okay,
it's okay.
We're over that hurdle. Got it. Okay, so yeah, let's revert back. I mean,
can I enable JavaScript again since you want some cool behavior?
Yeah, sure. Put JavaScript on the page.
Now, here's the thing, is Remix is actually already a web app. If I click around here, look at what's happening in the network tab. These are fetches for data. I know it looks like full pages, but it's an SPA. It's a SPA, as they say.
A single page app. So it's pretty easy to go from a nested layout to just a regular kind of, you know, multi-page looking app.
Totally.
Pretty cool. Okay, let's.
Oh, that's right. I need to do your thing. So I'm going to come over here to
let's
my
make Command Enter work.
Edit route and come down to our text area. Where are you? There you are. On key down.
Okay.
Get our event in here.
Embrace the code completion. Right?
Oh my gosh. Especially with this.
I mean, it's, right? I mean, come on now. How good is that? Did you practice this?
No, that's.
Copilot, like, hey.
Copilot just knows what I want.
I've seen you type this before.
But then when it has a bug, you're just your host. Let's see. So what do we do? On key down. What do we want to do? We want to submit this form, right?
Yeah. How would you submit a form in Remix?
How do I get access to this form?
Almost like it would be cool if it like read like English.
Oh. Submit the event current targets form.
Yeah, that.
Are you telling me that text areas in their event handlers, they know what form they're in?
It's part of the DOM, my friend.
So then we can come up here and get. I guess we're back to const on this one. So I'm going to bring in use submit from
Why
Remix.
Are you using const? What's up with that?
Because I don't want my variables to change.
Didn't you like have a?
And I love the way it sounds coming out of my mouth. Const. My tongue goes like 8 different places.
Just let it be.
All right. All right, so check this out. Submit the form. Here we go. Does it work? I'm going to get rid of that thing. Command. You want to give it a shot?
Question mark. That's 400. That means bad request.
That does mean bad
It's a
request.
client-side error.
It is.
Golly, they told me you were a 10x developer.
It worked this morning. I
Oh
think
my
I might
gosh.
just skip this. No one wants to debug up here. Oh, we're gonna do a full debug session with everybody. So
Yeah,
current.
we got Chris Shadow in the front row here. He's
Yeah.
helping us out.
I really don't want to debug this right now, but that should work. Post.
You got you submit. You got your
Came in
post.
from the right thing. Yep. All right. Well, try again. Yeah, bad request.
What's it? Got the stuff coming in?
Yeah, posted it all. I got to tell you the truth. The scaffold thing isn't actually like done.
Are you? Is this vaporware?
There's a really good chance that it's an rsync. Just
Oh.
rsync one directed to another of some code I already
no,
wrote.
rsync probably has a bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet yeah, it's probably bugging that.
Been used for like 40 years on many websites, millions of production-ready applications. It's probably got a bug.
Yep. So we're gonna move on.
All right, let's move it on. All right, cool. So
If I turn off JavaScript, it works.
okay, so you know what would be really, really cool is if I could see, like I can't even tell in the left sidebar over there, like which one I've selected. Could we improve that a little bit?
Sure. My confidence is a little low now, though.
Don't worry about it.
Like this is it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Switch this to a nav link. Come over here to the class name. Nav link's class name can be a function, and it'll tell you if it's active or not.
Is active.
It is seriously so hard to type with this thing.
You're doing great.
Thank you. And then where did that P come from? And we can come in here, and if it's active, then what do you want? Like text red 500 or something?
Yeah, we'll make it like a red link if it's the one that we've currently selected. Otherwise, nothing.
Yep, I still need the link in there. Did I edit the wrong link? I did.
Copy paste. There it is. Yeah, these are the sidebar links. You just nuke that one, right?
Yeah, I'll just nuke that.
Like underline. Yep.
We'll just keep the text black on that one. All right. Boom.
Okay.
Let's
there you
move it
go.
around.
Cool. So you got a little nav link. That looks nice. That looks nice. So let's see. Let's go back to the edit page.
What you need here?
Yeah. So on this one, I worked at Twitter for a while, and we had like these cool little stars when we would favorite stuff instead of like a checkbox.
You want a star there instead of a
Checkbox is kind
checkbox?
of.
I'm thinking maybe on the show page we'll do that, where you're just showing it.
Okay.
Instead of that, it will leave as a checkbox, and
Sure.
then
Okay.
over here, make it a star.
Yeah. Let's do a little star. Do a little star.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they aren't stars anymore on Twitter.
They're not.
Nah, they're hearts.
Ah.
It's Valentine's Day all the time.
Hearts. Because you love tweets.
Yes.
You don't.
It's not a favorite tweet.
Star them. Got it. Okay.
There you go. Here, let's make it favorite.
Aw, that's cute. You love yourself.
Oh, whoops. I mean, you have to.
is
Someone has to.
That's healthy. Don't worry. Okay, cool. But you know what would be really cool is if I could see those hearts like over in the sidebar over on the left.
I gotcha.
So I don't have to like click into one so I can see the heart.
Yeah.
How could we put it over there on the left-hand sidebar?
Yeah, Copilot knows what's up already.
Copilot's like, I've seen you do this before.
And then what do we need here? We need a little bit of flex and a little bit of justify between, and a little bit of gap maybe in case they're close. Oh man, sure wish I was writing CSS right now.
What would you name that class?
I'd probably name it justify between.
Like, this is literally the point where you think, okay, what do I name the class now? It's
not a Tailwind talk.
Sidebar.
Even though I'm failing at the remix parts.
Sidebar link. Okay.
All right, I got you.
Oh, okay, that's cute. Cool. Okay, so we got the things over in the. Why can't you click them though?
It kind of feels like you should be able to click them, huh?
Yeah, no, you should be able to click them.
That would be really cool.
Let's go. Why would you just put them over there? And
Well, the edit form's over here though. So.
Nah, come on.
Okay.
I thought you knew how to build web apps, Mr. App Developer. Yeah, let's make those things clickable over there. How do we do that?
I always just kind of like to start with a component and be like, favorite button. We'll say it's a favorite if talk.favorite. And then let's see, I'll probably want to get the talk ID as well to go change it.
Should use context here. Or are you passing props?
Context doesn't work in React anymore. That's what I heard.
Oh, that's cold. All right.
Okay, so I got to pass in
his favorite prop. There you go.
His favorite. Thank you. Oh, it can't like do two things at once, can it? Talk ID.
It's a Boolean. All right.
Yep, that one's a string. Thank you very much. Little refactoring. I want this to be a button now.
There, yeah, a little button. Okay. Let's check it out.
I think I called it a favorite button, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Let's make sure that's still working over there. All right, cool, still working.
Okay, well not really.
That's because the data's in memory. It's a little scaffold, so resets every time. Okay, so I want to somehow talk to my server and change this checkbox. But I don't want to do a navigation. Like, this makes sense, right? I'm going to different pages and I'm navigating, the URL's changing. I can go back to that edit page. But in web apps, sometimes you need to do a lot of mutations.
Right there.
And you don't actually want to be like navigating around and filling up this history stack up here like I have been.
Right, but you can't use forms for that. You should just probably put an on-click on the button.
Probably, on click. Let's go get some context somewhere. Probably need a data library or three.
Ajax.
Maybe a state management, maybe a global state management.
I don't know, maybe.
Look, man, the state lives on my database, so that's the only state I want.
All right.
Use fetcher.
Let's bring in a fetcher. Got your form there. Oh, interesting. So a fetcher is not going to cause a navigation. A fetcher is just going to let you put a form right there on the page, send a request to the server, make a mutation. Let's add a couple of hidden inputs. Tell the server what's up.
So if it is favorite right now, I want to say no.
Yeah, you're going to tell the server the opposite.
And if it is not a favorite right now, I want to say
yes. Yes.
In CoffeeScript, did you know that no and on and yes, no, on, off, and true, false are all the same thing?
Yeah.
So when I used to work in CoffeeScript, and I have some old coworkers here, I strictly used on and no. Aaron, you remember that code? Yeah, they got mad at me.
This is why you had to start your own company, right?
It is, and you can barely put up with me.
Yeah, you can't work with other people.
All right, so now I got my little form here.
Can't do that to people.
So something's going to happen here. There's a funny DOM thing that's going to happen here, where I've got a form inside of a link. So I do need an on-click here to come in here and say event.stop propagation. Yeah, don't go up there and click the link.
Because normally a form will cause a navigation.
Well, it's because we're nested in the link.
Got it. Yeah, this is for the link. Yeah, we don't want to follow the link.
All right, so let's check this out in the network tab, and everybody pray to whatever God you believe in. And if you're into energy work, like, I don't know, get some oils out and help me out here. Does not have an action, but you're trying to submit to it. Oh, that's right. I probably need an action. Oh, man, I got red stuff over here.
I think you just called it.
Yeah, this is how you fix those kinds of things.
No, not. Do the bang bang in front. Do the bang bang in front. In front.
Do you speak Spanish or something?
Bang bang.
Like this?
Not that. Make it a Boolean. I think it's complaining because it's undefined. There you go.
All right. That's very exciting. It's bangs either way. Export async function action. Gonna get my request. Action are actually the same as loader args, just FYI. We're just pulling a trick here. And then get our form data. And then we put some names on those fields. So I'm going to say, oh man, it's starting to understand how we write this stuff. Yeah, talk ID.
Talk ID, and the other one was is favorite, I think, or favorite.
Oh, man, it just knows
I don't
everything.
know, you keep going back and forth between the two. There it is. Equals yes. I like it.
And then
No, you're good there. You don't need that string on that second one. You already got the Boolean, right?
I like it.
There you go.
Bring in update talk from our little scaffold. I'm going to give it the talk ID, and then if it's favorite or not.
Thank you, Copilot.
For real. Although it's probably why I had that bug earlier. It's the source of all my bugs these days is Copilot. And then I'm just going to say, like, OK, true.
Yeah. A little couch DB there for you.
Hey.
Huh. Wait. So why is the UI updating over on the right when you click the button over on the left?
Because the data changed.
But that's pretty awesome.
You think I need code to do that?
Yeah, you need some kind of like a synchronization. I mean, what's going on? Like, is there some kind of like a...
You like, if there's no JavaScript and this is old school PHP, you think that these posts to the server need some sort of JavaScript state management and effects and reducers you want to refer to? You want to use imperative handle?
Jeez, I would have thought. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so Remix automatically keeps your page, the data on the page fresh, up to date as you're clicking around, as you're making mutations. That's a pretty cool trick. What happens when you mash that submit button really fast?
Well, this is local, so it works.
Well, let's slow it down and check it out.
Everybody has a fast network, Michael. We don't have to worry about this.
I want to feel it.
All right.
Feel it. Oh yeah.
All right.
Feel it now. Mash it. What are all those canceled requests going on? What's going on here?
Well, if I'm clicking again, I don't want to waste resources in the browser dealing with that request coming back.
All right, because that's what the browser normally does in a regular app, right? In a non-SPA, if you're mashing that button.
If I disable JavaScript and I mash this button,
you get the exact same behavior.
That's what the browser does.
Cool.
So Remix emulates that.
In a SPA.
For a SPA. But it also allows each of these fetchers, they maintain their own state. So if I'm mashing this one, I'm mashing this one, those posts are independent of each other. They aren't dependent on the post for the other. However, all of the revalidations that come through on these gets are synchronized with each other. And Remix will commit the freshest response that it gets for the revalidation of the whole page without blocking any of the other requests that are out there. So yeah, kind of cool. We actually have 10,000 lines of tests.
Yeah, it's like you thought about this for a while, you know, like you did that intentionally.
I think I spent 3 months
Interesting.
writing those tests before we wrote any code and studying the browser. Yeah, pretty cool.
So let's think about all the things that we have here, right? Oh, actually, can we do one more thing? Can we do one more really quick thing?
We're 15 seconds over. It's your conference, but we're 15
These
seconds
people probably
over.
don't want us to do one more thing anyway. Should we do it? Should we do one more thing?
Then you better all be here for the last talk when it ends.
Yeah. You know what would be really cool is if this UI were a little more. I mean, because right now there's some lag, right, in between you click that star.
click, wait, click, wait, click, wait.
Yeah, no, that's janky. Bad. No, let's get rid of that. Let's do the UI optimistically.
Ooh.
Let's just assume that when we submit this form, that there are no goblins in the network, that the server executes perfectly and flawlessly and returns a happy response. Let's make the UI optimistic.
Sorry, I'm using let. Everyone's going to have to deal with it.
Oh, I mean, in the same code base.
Yeah,
out loud.
yeah. Well, I'm going to change this one.
See what I have to put
I will
up with?
never change this one. But unfortunately, I can't do anything about these ones. I can change them all I want.
Right.
No matter how much my team loves
Throw
const.
a const in front of that argument.
No, this is not a Tailwind talk. This is not a const let talk either. Oh, crap. Yeah, it already knows. Man, it's getting good at this.
Okay, so the fetcher gives us access to the form data that's currently being submitted. That's cool. So we know if the requests that we're currently sending to
the network's
server,
busy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's plug that in down below.
Oh, brace getting in the way again.
Yep. All right. Okay, let's feel this now. Oh, nice. All right, so the UI is immediately responsive, right? So optimistic UI and just a couple of lines over there that we tweaked. Okay, so let's think real quick. Let's just kind of in summary, let's talk about all the things that are kind of going on here, right? We're doing nested routing, nested layouts. We're hydrating the page, so we have JavaScript. We can use Command Enter to submit this thing. We're using fetchers over on the left-hand side to have multiple forms on the page.
Dealing with all the race conditions involved with multiple concurrent mutations happening at the same time.
The same way a browser normally would if this wasn't even a SPA. We're doing optimistic UI. These are the things that we really care about when we're building great user experiences. We care about making the development experience as productive as possible, and we care about using web standards to do it so that your apps are super resilient. And hey, maybe if there's an error on the page, maybe it'll still work because the app isn't going to be busted because it actually works most of the time without JavaScript. We've got a bunch of really, really awesome people here at this conference. We're sharing the stage with some just really lovely people this week. And you're going to hear a lot of talking about progressive enhancement. You're going to hear a lot of talking about HTML first-driven development. And we're just so honored that you're all here, and we can't wait to get on with it. So thank you very much.